My wife didn't fall out of love. She weaponized it. Hello, Reddit. I'm Ethan, 34M. I used to believe relationships fall apart because someone doesn't try hard enough. I didn't realize that sometimes the real damage happens when love is still there, just carefully rationed. If you'd asked me 2 years ago whether my marriage was in trouble, I would have said no. Not because things were amazing, but because nothing was wrong in a way I could point to. No screaming matches. No infidelity. No obvious villain. Just distance. It crept in slowly enough that I kept adjusting around it instead of confronting it. The first time I noticed, it was over something stupid. We were sitting on opposite ends of the couch. TV on. Phones in hand. I glanced over at Maya and realized I couldn't remember the last time she'd leaned against me without me initiating it. I set my phone down. Hey, I said. She replied, eyes still on her screen. Can we talk for a second? She sighed, not annoyed exactly, but not pleased either. About what? I don't know. Us, I guess. That got her attention. She finally looked at me. What about us? I hesitated. I didn't want to sound dramatic. I just feel like we don't really connect anymore. She frowned. That's not true. It kind of is, I said. We don't really talk like we used to. She leaned back against the couch. Ethan, I talk all day at work. When I get home, I just want to relax. I'm not asking for a 3-hour therapy session, I said quickly. Just you. Sometimes. She stared at me for a long second, then picked her phone back up. I'm right here, she said. The conversation was over. I remember sitting there thinking maybe I'm being needy. Maybe this was just what long-term relationships turned into and no one talked about it. So I let it go. A few weeks later, the bedroom changed. Not suddenly. Gradually. I'd reach for her at night and she'd shift away. I'm tired, she'd say. I've got a headache. My mind's just not there tonight. I accepted all of it. One night, after the 3rd rejection in a row, I finally asked, did I do something? She turned onto her side, facing away from me. No. Then why does it feel like you don't want me anymore? She went quiet. I just need you to be more present, she said eventually. What does that mean? I asked. She exhaled sharply. I don't want to have to explain everything. That sentence lodged itself in my chest. I stopped asking questions after that. Instead, I started performing. I woke up earlier, made coffee, packed lunches, took over chores without being asked, planned dates, remembered little details, validated feelings even when I didn't fully understand them. When she noticed, she'd soften briefly. Thanks for doing that, she'd say. Or, see, this is what I mean. Sometimes, if I'd been especially attentive, she'd touch me again, curl into me on the couch, kiss me longer than usual. Those moments felt like proof, like I was on the right track. So I doubled down. I didn't notice that I was the only one adjusting. The thing about trying harder is that it starts quietly. You don't wake up one day and decide, I'm going to rearrange my entire personality to keep this relationship alive. It happens in inches.